Today, our judges are visiting the shortlist from the northwest, and they're starting with a country conversion in the foothills of Snowdonia, just outside Caernarfon. Over 100 years old, White Barn is home to Karen.
I have always lived here. We come from a long line of farmers, and so there are parts of the ornaments which have come from the family and have great meaning. I love nature, and I try and put in as much beauty as I can in the garden and the home and in my art. It's my life's work.
Once a cowshed, White Barn has been Karen's home for the past 8 years and is filled with her distinctive artwork. The house is dominated by a sizable main living room, which once housed the cows. There's a generous kitchen diner, a ground floor main bedroom, a guest room, and a bathroom. Outside is the pink garden, the space where, weather permitting, Karen spends most time. Prior to the judge's arrival, we ask Karen to place a heart in her favourite spot.
This is where I've chosen to put the heart because this is a very special place for me. This is my beloved Eibach baby grand piano, 1904, and it's where I can express myself through music, so I'm very lucky. Mm-hmm.
Armed with only the basic facts about the property and its owner, the judges will now assess White Barn.
This is so adorable. Is it an old barn or farmhouse or something?
Definitely an old farm building of sorts, but they've retained all the honesty of the structure and just painted it white.
It's such a pretty, it looks like a cottage. It's obviously a conversion.
And you've got the mix of the stone and this kind of gorgeous wooden cladding as well. There's a little window I can see through those gaps there.
They're almost like fortress slots, so I'm a little bit nervous. They might see a peak of an arrow peeking out.
Yeah. Well, I think on that note, maybe we should see what inside has in store.
Please.
Should we go in?
Absolutely.
Right, in we go then.
Wow, straight into the kitchen.
Oh yeah, straight in.
Well, this is a kitchen very befitting of its context, is it not?
Yeah, it is.
It's so warm.
Oh,
You
there
sat
we go.
on the Arga, that'll be why.
You went straight to the Arga. Do you know the word that is coming to mind with me here?
What's the word?
It's a Welsh word, cwtchi. It's a cwtchi room, It's warm, it feels quite cosy.
There's a cuckoo clock. Lots of interesting knickknacks to look at.
I do love a vaulted ceiling, you two. And this is adorable. It takes your eye up, doesn't it? And there's just loads of space up there. Shall we wander on through to what I imagine will be the lounge?
Yeah.
Through there?
Let's
Shall
do
we
it.
see what's in there? OK, let's have a little look.
So what have we got in here? Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
A huge space again. Did not expect that.
It is huge, isn't it?
What strikes me, there's a lot of artwork everywhere. And even though there's a similar theme, there's different materials. So I'm suspecting that the homeowner is an artist, or creative at least. And I love a plate display on the wall.
Look at that. They've used organic sort of hand-blown glass blocks for the window slots there where we were worried the arrows were going to come out.
I spotted the heart, guys.
On the piano?
On the piano.
So this person is artistic and musical. Is this the favourite spot because of the old piano or because of the vista that you get from the piano, I wonder?
A bit of both, maybe.
I can imagine in the winter being in here, it being dark, maybe the fire being on, and you can just cutch up on those gorgeous little sofas and, yeah, I'd have a little faux fur on the leg, perhaps.
And a glass of red.
And a glass of red.
And me singing.
And
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not, but definitely the glass of red. Oh, this is cute, isn't it? Look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, this is a quaint little room.
The space, the size of the space surprises me. I didn't
yeah.
expect it to be this roomy. Really interesting lights as well, and loads more artwork.
Yeah. It is quite a light room considering the windows are quite small, aren't they?
That is very well spotted. So here, those double doors have been put in place so that when you wake up in the morning, you can see straight out into that wonderful garden. Isn't that delightful?
Gorgeous, that, isn't it? Well, this is a very quaint little garden.
I feel like we should have a little tea party here.
The Mad Hatters.
Yeah, I think so.
And curious.
Yes. Oh, this is gorgeous.
Look at that bridge.
I don't know about you guys, but I get the feeling that it's a kind of an artist retreat, almost like a well-being retreat.
Yeah.
If it isn't, it should be anyway.
Definitely.
But when you look back there then, look at that hill.
That's an impressive backdrop.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So gorgeous. Well, I'm glad I've got my factor 50 on as well. Who knew? Is it always this sunny in North West Wales?
Oh, always.
The judges will now mark White Barn out of 10, with functionality, distinctiveness and design in mind. Mandy's score will be held back until the judges have seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
I think they're very poetic spaces. I think the textures of the artwork and the beautiful original stonework that's exposed gives a real character to this property. And although it's sometimes quite tempting to not disrupt the fabric, you think it might be disrespectful to the building to maybe put a huge steel and large sliding glass doors to the garden, I think they may be missing a trick, because looking at that garden, if I lived here, I'd want to feel the sun streaming into this otherwise very dark space. I'm going to give this home a 7.
You can't deny that it is unapologetic in what the owner has put out. I think that some of these items probably have sentimental value and maybe have been passed down. But for me, perhaps there is a little too much going on in that respect. But as a home, it's giving me a warm feeling. I'm going to give this home a 7.
What I love and appreciate about walking into people's houses is that I get to see a personality. You know, I haven't met the owner, but I get a great sense of them and what they enjoy. And in the bedroom, you know, when I first saw the double doors, I was thinking, not for me. But then when I stood there and I had more time to look at everything, I could totally see why they did that.
Next in line for the judges' consideration is a fine Victorian residence in Llandudno. Dating from 1870, Homedale is home to Sandra, husband Kevin, and their dog Barkley.
We moved here nearly 4 years ago from Manchester. It's only me and my husband at the moment, but we do have 5 children who come and visit, which is why we have this big house. I just love old houses, really, and I don't like to rip out anything that's original. It's just the character in it. I just love the history of it. I have looked into who lived here, and funnily enough, the first people to live here had 5 children as well, which is interesting.
Sandra and Kevin have slowly changed the interior to meet their taste. With many original features still intact, the 3-storey home has a welcoming hallway leading off to a study, a lounge, and a kitchen diner. The first floor has a master bedroom, a guest room with ensuite, and a further bathroom.
This is my favourite spot in the home. I love to sit here reading, and I can look out at the Great Orme and just relax.
And now the judges arrive for their first glimpse of Homedale.
Wow, that's a big period property, isn't it?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
And what's interesting is that it doesn't look like it's had any kind of modern extension, so it'd be interesting to see the interiors.
The first thing, strangely, that my eye is drawn to is that super cute little window along the side that's just sort of jutting up from the side of the building. I really want to see what that room is like.
Well, let's not wait any longer.
Let's go.
Come on.
Ooh, love an original floor.
Oh, I adore this house. I love the coving, I love the picture rails, the architraves. It's just very sympathetic to its age and period almost, and it's got such a lovely look. I adore it.
So they've done a fantastic job here. The floor is great the way that's come up, and it's matte, so they haven't been tempted to put a gloss sheen on. So high ceilings, restored floor. Where's my box? Tick, tick, tick.
I want to see more. There's lots of rooms inviting me in. I'm just going.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Ooh. Ooh, nice big dual aspect room.
This is huge, isn't it?
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
And what's nice, you know, when you've got a big room like that, you've got an island in the middle.
And I love these cupboards. They're lovely. Would they have been original?
Yeah, they're definitely original.
What they've tried to do is match a traditional kitchen in with the detailing of the old house. It's stunning.
And this is quite different, isn't it, the dining area? You know, like it's a bit more rustic, there's some rattan.
And it just looks so nice.
You can imagine, you know, dim the lights, nice music in the background, candles on. You know, it's got that really relaxed, chilled family vibe.
What have we got in here?
Ooh.
Wow. This is a bold room.
This is lovely, isn't it?
Oh, this is nice because it's more snug-like, isn't it? You know, it's dark. And I have to say, I love a bit of tray styling.
Do you?
Oh, game changer. You know, a few books, nice scented candle. Look how nice that looks.
Yeah.
Look at that ceiling.
What I think is good as well, that is popping out because the walls are darker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love dark walls on a light room. I think it's good.
You don't even notice the TV in the corner, which is always a bonus. I hate those big, screaming, look at me televisions. You know, that one's there if you want to see it. It's not there if you don't. And then the floor's quite rustic, isn't it?
The floor's something I was going to bring up just then. Look at this. You can see every single mark which tells a story. There's scratches here. Maybe grandma's chair was pulled back by the grandkids 50, 60 years ago. So rather than having to sand it down and try and get it back as new, celebrate the dent, celebrate the scratches. They all tell a story. Ooh. Welcome to the jungle.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I found the heart.
There it is.
OK, so is it on the chair for a reason it being the chair, or is it on the chair because of this? I suspect this.
Yeah. I was immediately drawn to this room from the outside because I wanted to know what was behind this side bay because it just looks so quirky from the outside and it doesn't disappoint inside.
I love that fireplace, those blue tiles against that eggshell green on the walls. You know, it's beautifully styled. Little monkey. The wallpaper is obviously fabulous. So, yeah, really nice touches.
Also, I love that it's an office. I would not be sat at this computer because I'd always be in that chair. I can see why the heart is on that chair. It's a gorgeous location. Oh, this is a nice room.
This room is huge, isn't it?
And I just adore the colour that's been used.
Such a rich, sort of greeny, tealy paint, isn't it? And this is a really nice technique as well to get the doors, the architraves, skirtings and the walls in the same colour, and it's really effective here.
It's quite bold doing that, really, because I think there is often a tendency in this style of house to just paint the carpentry gloss white, do something on the walls, have your picture rails in another colour, but no, this wraps all the way around the room and then you've got white above.
And what I like is that they've used quite traditional tapestry-like fabrics, you know, a bit of fun with the monkeys, the flamingos. It feels very boutique-y hotel.
One thing I love to do, you two, is have a sit down on the bed. So I'm going to do that. Because it's nice to see what you would see from the bed. And you've got trees, you've got the tops of houses, and you've got hills.
It's a very calming room, isn't it?
I can see myself having a cup of tea in the morning there, before I face the world, or decide to go back to bed.
Yeah, that's true.
The latter, possibly.
I'd probably work from bed and just stay here, actually. Why not, darlings? It's gorgeous.
So, how will the judges rate Homedale? Owain is holding back his score until they've all seen the final home.
What I love about this house is the attention to detail. Each piece has been selected for a particular reason. The sitting room, I think, was fabulous. The floor, the colour of the sofas, the contrast with the dark floors worked extremely well. There's some rooms I feel that have been a bit let down, and I think they could have got away with a really kind of modern, crisp, minimalist kitchen there. But apart from that, wonderful. I'm going to give this home a 9.
They've got a definite direction they're taking this house in. I thought that guest bedroom was amazing. The colour, the simple styling, nice traditional fabrics. The velvet curtains, you know, nice touches, great place, you know, to invite guests to. So the kitchen space, even though it's a really nice room, I think it's a bit unfinished, and I think they need to tweak it a bit just to give it the finish that you have in this room, for example. Great space, just there could be more. I am giving this home an 8.
This is a gorgeous place. Every room has a distinct look and feel, and it has a certain warmth about it as well, which is what I'm looking for. I think if I were to change anything about it, it would be maybe to make it a little more simple. The kitchen, for me, needs a little bit of a reworking in some way, but I also adore it as a space, and it's a lovely, big room.
The final contender from the northwest is a 1930s lodge with modern extension. Believed to have originally belonged to a local manor house and set in an enchanting garden with sea views, Hunter's Lodge, near Conwy, has been home to John and Paula for the past 5 years.
We were looking around for something that was a little bit quirky, a little bit different from the normal sort of house, and we thought, yes, we can do this with it and do that with it, and we went for it.
Thinking back over the 5 years, we've done rather a lot, haven't we?
Yes. I think what we wanted in a home was we wanted lots of lovely light living space, and we weren't so interested in having lots of bedrooms, which is what we've always had in the past.
We introduced a lot of windows that weren't here, and so we could look out of the house and see the view, and there's that lovely airy light feeling.
And not too much clutter, you know, we just like nice space, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Downstairs, Hunter's Lodge has a welcoming hallway leading off to a snug on the right. And to the left, a bright open lounge, kitchen and dining area. There's also a guest bedroom with ensuite and a further bathroom. Upstairs is the master bedroom and ensuite, and a second lounge leading to a balcony with spectacular views across the Menai Strait to Anglesey.
This is our favourite spot here because we have lovely views, fabulous sunsets at night, and it's just got everything.
It's time for the judges to get their first look at Hunter's Lodge.
Oh, wow.
Oh, now, look what we've got. There's a period property with a modern extension.
Yeah. The new part of the house envelops the older property that I imagine it's all sat around, and I love that.
With almost kind of Art Deco feeling. We've got some voluptuous curves going on in the arches, the balconies curving round.
Love a voluptuous curve.
It's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I like it. And there's so much glass, isn't there? It's just inviting all of this gorgeous North Wales sunshine in.
And inviting us in as well.
Yes.
Let's go.
Shall we?
Wow, now look at this. Love the simplicity. Look how bright it is.
Yes.
And the mirror at the back is a great touch. It makes you feel like the house is almost 3 times as big when you're coming in.
Do you know what I love about this point is you're clearly in the hallway, but you're getting little hints of what lies beyond. You can just see through to that corridor there, what's through there.
I'm thinking...
Should we go through there? OK, let's have a wander to this gorge room.
Oh.
Nice.
Swish.
Yes.
I feel like I'm being sold a lifestyle here. You know, like it's quite minimal, it's very styled, it's not cluttered at all, but it's still quite homely. And I'm sorry, I have to have a look at the kitchen. I'm a bit obsessed with kitchens.
Oh, have a look.
I quite like that the kitchen is tucked beneath here because it keeps that cleanness of the whole room.
All of the mechanics and the mess can just be thrown behind this wall, and you can look gorgeous and tidy in this area.
Nice. Oh, and look at that.
Oh.
Skyline on the
cooker hood.
On the cooker hood.
Yeah.
So I've just spotted behind you there, Owen, a beautiful, really organic, natural timber slab holding up the chimney stack. That definitely deserves a shelfie picture.
A shelfie picture.
Oh, look at him.
Here's the thing.
We're going to get a shelfie, and maybe we can use that vintage bellows camera to take the shelfie. Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, we head on up. Oh, look at this. The heart, y galon, as we'd say in Welsh, the favourite place. And you can see why this is the favourite spot, can't you?
I'm astonished. The flat roof dormer isn't the most glamorous of architectural elements, but I never imagined for the life of me it would be like this, it would have this effect. I mean, clearly they've had no influence on the view, that's there. But to embrace it and to bring it into architecture how they have in such a simple manner, I think is extremely successful.
When you've got a view like that, you don't really want the interiors to compete because that's your focal point, isn't it? And here, even though there's some nice, interesting pieces, it's all about that.
And it's interesting they put the heart here as well, because there's so many special elements to this house which they could have highlighted as their heart, but they've been quite humble and chosen that as their heart. So, guys, one thing I'm curious about, do you remember when we were downstairs and we were identifying the original building? There must be a space beyond this, but there's no door. So I'm just going to go and explore, and if we can... I'm guessing you wouldn't have a mirror shape like this on purpose, so possibly it's here?
Oh, look at that. Dun.
Should we go?
Yes.
Let's have a look. What's through there?
Oh!
Oh, a little
Wow.
bedroom.
A big bedroom.
Oh, who'd have thought that this was here?
You know, it feels quite indulgent to have all these spaces for two people, I'm guessing. Usually you'd be trying to cram bedrooms, wouldn't you? But here, you know, they want a guest bedroom, they want a master bedroom, and they've got all these spaces to enjoy. It's their stamp all over it, and I really enjoy that about houses.
Do you think we can go out onto the balcony?
I think we should. Yeah.
I'm dying to.
Let's see.
Oh, wow, this is what it's all about. Look at that.
That's all right, isn't it? As views go.
This is gorgeous.
My God. You've got a 180-degree panoramic view of North Wales.
Imagine coming home to here, you know, busy day at work, whatever's gone on, you drive up that hill, you sit down here and you think, wow, all is well with the world.
Now the judges will decide the scores for Hunter's Lodge. Glenn's mark is under wraps.
There are so many elements I enjoy in this home. You know, it's quite a quirky layout. It's unexpected. You know, you get a little library feel through there. You know, they're really enjoying this. They've totally embraced this. There's possibly not enough colour here for me. That's fine, it's not my house, but I'm sure that that view brings more than enough colour into this home. I'm going to give this house an 8.
Every room is just flooded with light. And also you're constantly reminded of where you are. Whether or not you're at the front or the back of the house, you can either see through the rooms or you get a little peek of the gardens that are behind this home. And I think for me, that's so lovely because you're always inside, but also you always get a hint of what is outside. I think the master bedroom, the one thing that I would love to change is the position of the bed. If it was just a bit further away from the door, you'd be able to fully appreciate the view. But that is a small thing, I think, because this is a truly gorgeous home. I'm going to give this home a 9.
I think the homeowners have to be commended just for the sheer ambition they've put into this house. The original house would have been fairly restrictive in terms of architectural goals trying to achieve. There's certain rooms, I think, which are clearly astonishing. A lot of that's to do with the location and context, but they have embraced that in the architecture as well. Wonderful, wonderful home. If there's something I would change, I would probably want to see more of the contrasting elements and the textured layer elements of the timber, the black and white, followed through into the upstairs bedroom and to the kitchen. I think I would like to see a bit more vibrancy and a bit more contrast in those areas.
Now the judges have visited all 3 homes, they can see how their scores compare and reveal this week's finalist. First, it was White Barn outside Caernarfon. Mandy held her score back.
I gave it a 7. Glenn, you gave it a 7. Mandy?
I thought when we approached White Barn, I thought how pretty, you know, and I love to see how old farm buildings are adapted to, you know, suit this day and age. And for me, the interiors didn't quite match the exterior, the prettiness. You know, I wanted a bit more brightness. So I also gave it a 7.
Oh, 3 sevens.
3 sevens
That
all
case,
round.
the grand total for White Barn is 21.
That's a good score.
It is.
Solid start.
Next, Owain is yet to reveal his score for Homedale in Llandudno.
Mandy, you gave this one an 8. Glenn, you gave it a 9.
Yes.
I loved this house because you'd walk into it and you could see many of the original features anyway. A lot of what would have been put into the house had been kept. I think the owners had been quite sympathetic to that throughout. There were some lovely touches here or there. I also gave Homedale a 9.
You gave it a 9 as well?
I gave it a 9, which gives us the grand total for gorgeous Homedale, 26.
That's a really strong score, isn't it? 26. But
Yeah.
deserved it, though. Deserved it.
I think so.
Absolutely.
And finally, Glenn scores Hunter's Lodge near Conwy.
Mandy, you gave Hunter's Lodge an 8.
I did.
I gave it a 9. Glenn, how about you?
See, this was a really interesting house because I felt the success lied in what they didn't do to it. The choice of going along the lines of minimalism, I think, is right, so right for the house because, you know, after all, it was all about that balcony and the reveal and the wonderful panoramic view.
Yeah.
So to not over-design it, I thought was a very clever and correct decision. So I actually gave Hunter's Lodge an 8.
8. Well, that gives us a grand total for Hunter's Lodge both 25.
Excellent.
We have a winner.
The winner for the Northwest is Homedale.
Fabulous. So 3 very strong contenders. And it was close, really, in the end, wasn't it? I think Homedale peaked it. I think they were very, very considered in everything they did. So, yeah, a deserved winner, I feel.
I loved Homedale.
Nice house.
Gorgeous. There we go.
Homedale triumphs in the Northwest and is one step closer to claiming the title Wales Home of the Year.